Hi everybody, Mary here from A Recreated Life, and today's video is all about my 5 favorite crock pot meals, crock pot dishes that I like to make pretty much on a regular basis. I picked my top 5. So the first one I'm going to do is pork tenderloin, and I'm only doing this because one of my subscribers asked the other day when I made my bread video, I mentioned that I had a pork tenderloin in the crock pot. And she mentioned that she wanted to know how I did it, wanted me to show how I did it. Literally, you guys, all it is I take a pork tenderloin and I pour barbecue sauce over it. That's it. And I let it cook. Sometimes I shred it, sometimes I cut it up. But that is literally how easy it is. You just put the pork tenderloin in, cover it with barbecue sauce, and let it go. So couldn't be simpler. Now, I will say this. I do like to buy pork tenderloins like this, kind of like this, and they're already flavored. This one is a apple bourbon one, which is delicious, and this one is a rosemary garlic. They're already seasoned, and so I love to get those. I can get them at a pretty reasonable price at this grocery salvage store that we have close to my town. And I picked those up today. So when I have one of those, literally I throw those in with nothing. That's all. I just put it in. It's already seasoned, so I don't have to do any more flavoring of it at all. Now what I do with it is, like the other day when I had it in the crock pot, the day I made my bread, I shredded it, and I had shredded pork for that week, so I had it in lettuce wraps, I had a sandwich, and then I just had it with like rice or potatoes in a vegetable. So there's so many different things you can do with it. That's why I like to do just a meat. Just do a meat in the crock pot, and then you can do it in many different ways, use it in many different ways throughout the week. So number 2 is chicken, and every now and then I will do like a boneless, skinless chicken breast, but I tend to not buy those. I tend to buy bone-in chicken because, as you guys know, I've done videos on it. I rant and rave all the time about my homemade chicken stock. And so I want those bones so that I can make the homemade chicken stock. So I've taken whole chickens, I've taken chicken legs, chicken leg quarters, drumsticks, chicken thighs. I mean, whatever I can buy that's on sale, I buy it on sale. And I throw it in the crock pot. Now what I season it with is I just throw in a bunch of stuff. Always has garlic and onion all the time. But then I'll look at my spices. What do I have that I want to use up? What do I have that's getting old and needs to be used? Or if I have fresh herbs in the fridge that I bought for another dish and they're just going to waste, I'm going to throw those in there and flavor that chicken. And so, like I said, I did that last week as well too, and I had chicken salad, chicken wraps. I mixed it with ranch dressing and made a chicken bacon ranch wrap. Oh, those were delicious, and the meat is so tender. I also had like chicken with all the fixings. I had stuffing and cranberries and green bean casserole, kind of like a Thanksgiving dinner kind of type thing, but I did it with that chicken. And I am just one person, and I ate all of that throughout the week. So I had a really super busy week at work, and I cooked up a bunch of dishes, and all I had to do was reheat. And I knew I wouldn't have time to do anything but, so I made up a bunch of things, and chicken and pork were a couple of those. Okay, that was number 2. So number 3 is spaghetti sauce. Oh, I do have some in my freezer and I forgot to get it and show you. I make an entire crock pot of spaghetti sauce, and then I break it down into small, like 2 cups, like 2-cup dishes, and I freeze them that way, and that goes so long for me. I can use that for months. So I always like to have them in whatever your favorite spaghetti sauce is. I cook mine with sweet Italian sausage and Hamburg. I do cook mine with that. Sometimes if you like a meatless one, absolutely. It wouldn't take as long to cook in the crock pot, but I put the meat in. I have my favorite recipe for spaghetti sauce, and I put the meats in raw, and I kind of just let it go on low all day long, and boy, does that smell good. That's a really good thing to do if if you're helping somebody move, or if you're moving and you're not going to have time to cook that day. Yes, you can go out, but if you want to save some money, throw some spaghetti sauce on the crock pot in the morning. bring it to the new place that you're going to be at the end of the day, and you can help, serve you and your crew, whoever's helping you. You can serve them a meal. Everybody's going to be hungry when that move is all done. So spaghetti sauce, number 3. Number 4 is beans, baked beans. I absolutely love baked beans. This is my recipe for baked beans. Look at it, it's all beat up. I've had it around for years. It's all yellowed and beat up. This was my mother's, and I love this recipe, but I have to tell you, it bothers my stomach so bad. And I think it's the molasses in it. There's molasses in it. It's delicious, but it bothers my stomach. So I'm kind of on, even though I love it, I'm kind of on a mission now to find more bean recipes. Baked beans and just any kind of bean recipe. I'm kind of on the lookout for that. I'm going to do a video in the future with probably my 5 favorite bean recipes that I can scrounge up, and I'm going to cook them all and see how I like them. So stay tuned, because that's coming up. So beans, those I will say, even when I parboil my beans, I still have to cook them like about 12 hours. They do take a long time to cook, but definitely worth it. They're so, so good. And I really want to get more into beans in 2020, simply because I want to be eating healthier, and I want to use my beans from my garden. Remember I told you guys that I think I showed you in one of my videos that I had grown some navy beans in my garden, and I was so proud of it, but I've not done anything with them. And I really want to get into that more beans, because they're so healthy, they're so good for you. It's a meat alternative. And anyway, that's my story on the beans. What else did I want to say about that? I think that was it. Okay, so number 5 is chili. Now my favorite is a vegetarian chili. Look at this. This is another one that's all beat up. It's got stains all over it. This is my absolute all-time favorite chili of all time, and it's vegetarian, you guys. Can you believe it? This recipe I got years ago. I don't know if you guys remember a guy by the name of Bob Green. He helped Oprah lose all that weight one time. One of the times that she lost weight, she had Bob Green was her guy, and he's written books and everything on that. And this is his vegetarian chili, and I tried it way back when he was doing his thing with Oprah, and I just fell in love with it. It's my absolute all-time favorite. It's just delicious. So this one's a really good one I like to put in my crock pot. If I'm going to do chili, that's the one I do. I also like Wendy's chili, but I've tried a few of the copycat recipes I found online, and really, they don't really, to me, taste like Wendy's chili. If I could ever find one that tasted just like Wendy's, I would totally do it, because I love their chili. But for homemade, this is my all-time favorite, and I'm going to stick with it because it's vegetarian and it's so good for you. You throw it in the crock pot, you serve it up with a little bit of cheddar cheese, a little bit of Monterey Jack cheese, a little bit of sour cream, and cilantro. And boy, and you eat it with chips, tortilla chips. It's so, so, so good, you guys. So there you have it. Those are my 5 favorite go-to, really staple crock pot meals. There's so many different crock pot recipes out there, and I've tried many of them and like them, but these are the ones I go to all the time, especially the pork and the chicken, especially the chicken, really. I'm always finding chicken thighs or chicken, really drumsticks, not drumsticks, but leg quarters. I get a lot of those, and I really do get a lot of bones and skin out of it, so that's, you know me, my mouth waters when I do that, because then I have all kinds of stuff to make my stock with. So to me, it's a double whammy. You're getting really your money's worth out of that dish. So you guys, I hope you liked this video. Try some different things in your crock pot. If you're busy and you have a job outside the home, and it's nothing like coming home to it. Your house smells good. Your dinner is all ready to go. You don't have to. You're tired. You don't have to do anything. You just take dinner and serve yourself. So those are my 5 favorite crock pot meals. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification button, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye-bye.